selection exercises that we have. Now the first one says display the employee information for employees who earn more than 35,000. So we can express that in relational algebra and SQL. So let's start with the relational algebra. So we start down here. Now we'll have the select symbol at the front, the select operator. Then we'll have a predicate, that's going to be our condition. And we'll have the relation in brackets. So to translate that, that basically means we'll put the table name between the brackets, the relation, and we'll put a condition where the predicate is. So, which particular table are we interested in with this query here? Well, it's going to be the emp table, the emp relation. So I'm just going to put the word emp here, like that. So we're going to do this selection operation over the emp table. And then outside the brackets, we put the predicate, the condition that will be applied to give us the particular rows we're interested in. And the question says, for employees who earn more than 35,000. So in this instance, we know that we're going to be working on the SAL column, the SAL attribute. So here, we're just going to put SAL. And now we need to decide which operator we're going to use. Is it less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, one of those. And here it says earn more than 35,000. So we simply use that greater than symbol and we type in 35,000. There we are. And that's the relational algebra expression that will produce this result. Select for rows where the salary is greater than 35,000 from the emp relation. Now, we can't type that in. What we need is an SQL expression that will actually perform that for us. So the database will actually translate that SQL expression into a selection relational algebra operation. So let's do that in Access. And here I've got the keywords, select from where. So the first step is always, what's the name of the table we're interested in? We know this is going to be the emp table. So we go there and we put emp. Which particular rows are we interested in? Well, it's going to be the ones where they earn more than 35,000. So that predicate, we write it in the same way that we did when we wrote it in relational algebra. And we simply go where SAL is greater than 35,000. And then we decide, well, okay, which particular columns are we interested in? And in this instance, we want to see all the columns, so we just use a star, just like that. So let's run it. There we go. So we're seeing all the columns and we have particular rows. We've done a selection operation. So let's have a look at the next one. It says display all the information for people in Department 3 who earn more than 25,000. So I'm just going to reset the SQL. Let's delete that and that and that. And let's go back to Word. And what we're going to do is we'll have a new expression here. So the first step, this is the same if we were doing it in SQL or if we were doing it in relational algebra, is to work out which table or tables, which relation or relations are we actually interested on working on here. And here we know it's the emp relation, the emp table. So I tap and put emp in there. And now we work out which particular condition we'll be using, which particular predicate we'll be using. So this says staff in Department 3 who earn more than 25,000. So this is going to be a little bit more complicated than ones we've looked at previously. We know that we want to see people who work in Department 3. So department number is the field. And what we do is we go where department number equals 3. So that is evaluated, and everywhere that that's evaluated to true, that row will return in our result set. But there's a little bit more going on here because it basically says who work in Department 3 who earn more than 25,000. So there's an and there. There's two parts to this predicate. Now, we could use the logical symbol for and, but I'm just going to type the word and, that's absolutely fine. And we want who earn more than 25,000, so that's going to be a salary test. So let's type that in. We're going to have something like Sal is greater than 25,000. There we go, and there's our expression. And that relational algebra expression returns the rows where the department number is 3 and the salary is greater than 25,000. So let's do it in SQL. So I always start off by looking at the from clause first. Which table or tables are we actually interested in working on? Well, here it's going to be the EMP table. So I just tap EMP. Which particular rows do we want? So we need to write a condition here, a predicate that will be evaluated, true or false, and we'll get our results returned that match that condition. Well, we know that we want people who are in department number 3 and people whose salary is greater than 25,000. Finally, we make a determination about which particular column we're interested in, and in this example we want to see all of them, so we just use a star. And there we are. Select star from EMP where department number is equal to 3 and salary is greater than 25,000. So let's run that. And there we go.